asking how to start an online advertising agency. Really awesome search. I can help you out with this. My name is Brando Linick. Hey there. And when it comes to this, I'm going to be completely blunt here, as if we were having this face-to-face conversation here. And when it comes to an advertising online agency, there's a lot of aspects and a lot of moving parts, whether you're partnering up with third-party networks, alright, advertising networks, and you're just going to be a third-party agency in between them. You can do that. A lot of the times, though, you got to keep in mind when you're starting out, it's very competitive, okay? This is something I've personally done, except I did the little more, I guess you could say, old school approach. What I had done was I had this idea of building up website traffic, putting my own banners on those traffic sites, and then, pushing people to, put their ads on those sites. And I tried Google AdSense, Google AdWords. That wasn't really working out, but I figured if I could do that, have multiple different sites with a lot of traffic, then you'd be in showbiz. Well, the problem with that is it takes a very long time to actually get traffic to sites. So if that's an idea that you're thinking about, I'm telling you that is like a 5 to 6 year process to get a lot of traffic to a lot of different sites and then have people post their banner ads on those sites to make money, okay? So that approach I wouldn't suggest to you. When it comes to an online advertising agency, you can, like I said, build relationships with different networks, and you can become a third-party contributor to those networks where people come to you asking about, CPC and CPM marketing, so they want to spend $5 on a click, or they want to spend $100 on a banner ad, and then you, because you've built relationships with different CPA networks, okay, cost per action networks, which would be like a cost per click, or a banner ad network, okay, or small microblog networks, alright, because you've built these relationships with these people, which that's all it's really about. You can just go to different websites, do your research, inbox the owners, talk about what they're doing with advertising and how you can help them get customers and clients. And then when the people come to you, you can point those people in the right direction because you've built relationships with those people. So I hope that makes sense without getting all complicated and complex. But honestly, to keep it as simple as possible, if you're really just looking at this because you want to build a business on the internet, if you're looking at starting an online advertising agency because you want to be your own boss and you want to create a highly profitable business model for yourself, if that is all you're looking for to create time, freedom, leverage, and flexibility, I would throw your way before you consider starting an online advertising agency. Before you do it, alright? If you hear me out here for a minute, if you're looking at building a business to be your own boss, to create stability in your own income, I've got a lead I want to throw your way, and my story with this goes back a year ago when I transitioned from this business model, literally transitioned from this exact business model, and I came across a person who was building a business on the internet, and they were doing so without having to get hundreds of thousands of visitors to their site. They were doing it without having to build relationships with, different types of advertising networks, alright, without having to build relationships with website owners and any of this stuff that can take a very long time to actually do. And because this person wasn't doing that, and they were attracting people to them and their business, alright, I started to model what they were doing, alright, because they weren't doing anything technical, they weren't creating their own products, and they're making a high multiple six-figure income, making more money every month than I was making a whole year. So I started modeling copy them less than about a month, my first month, and first 90 days I was able to walk away from corporate America, create a full-time income business on the internet, working part-time, and I worked my butt off during that period of time. Those aren't average or typical results, okay? I'm not guaranteeing you the same results. This is not some gimmick, okay? The internet, with any traditional business, requires work, and it requires learning, and if you're not willing to do that, business is not right for you. But I share that with you strictly because if you really just want to build a business online, if you really just want freedom to be able to spend more time back with your family, to be able to do what you want when you want, if you're willing to put in the work, if you're willing to learn how to build a business completely on the internet without having to do the headache things that are required with an advertising agency, like building relationships with different advertising marketplaces and building relationships with website owners and all these different types of things. And that's the best tip I could give you. So I hope you enjoyed this. That's just my overview, my opinion when it comes down to building an income on the internet to get the results that you want. And hope you got value, hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing your success story on the next one. And if you'd like to learn a little bit more about how to build a business on the internet, if you're willing to put in the work, you're willing to learn, you're not afraid of learning, you're coachable, connect with me on my site, check it out, it's 123marketingtips.com. I'll put a link in the description, and I will see you on the beaches of the world. Take care.